I'm Nikki Druce.
And I'm Cheryl.
And this is Killers, Cults and Queens.
The Spooky Sleepover! The Spooky Sleepover!
Welcome to Killers, Cults and Queens. It's time for the Spooky Sleepover.
Yes, it's our bonus show where we have a catch-up, answer your questions, and dive into some rabbit holes. You know the gist by now, divas.
But first, Chez, how's your week been? You feeling all right? Doing okay?
I'm feeling good, Nikki Druce. Slight disappointment for anybody expecting me in the high hole geesh this week, but the day has just gotten away from me. And do you know what? If it meant that I could get all my work done and then make it on time to come record, then so be it. But sometimes the makeup has just got to stay off. But really, you're here for the chat, not for the mug. That's just a bonus features, isn't it? But more importantly, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I have been very, very busy this week, and I also have managed to obtain 2 new tattoos.
I genuinely do not know how you have the time in the week to do everything that you do.
I really don't know.
Slapping some more art on that beautiful skin of yours.
I do not know, but actually it was very nice to lie down for a day. And I now have 2 new tattoos. So one is Adventure Time themed and is on my thigh, on my right thigh. And then
How high up?
Very high up, actually. But it's on the outside, so it's not quite so daring.
Okay. Just wanted to double check.
I don't think I could get the inside of my thigh tattooed. I think that would be death for me. I feel like it would be way too intense.
See, I haven't experienced the tattoo pain yet because I've only got this little one here, and that was done in about 13 minutes. So I don't even think it should have taken that long.
Yeah, we started at about 10:30 and finished at about 5:30.
So 7 hours.
Yeah, so just a little
Nikki.
while. Yeah, we didn't have a proper full break either. I'm used to having a full-ish break when I get tattooed, because there's other tattooers that I get tattooed by who are very regimental with what they do, and this is the time that we have the break, and this is when we come back. And but this was more of a relaxed deal, so in a good way, I must admit.
Good.
And yeah, it was a really lovely studio. The environment was fantastic, had a brilliant time, and I've ended up with 2 fantastic new pieces of artwork. So I will put them on the screen so you can see them. And if you want to come and see them, you have to come to YouTube, because I'm not going to describe them to you in detail.
Yes, there's only so much our audio description can take us.
Exactly. So yes, I have a new Adventure Time piece and a new Bobby Hill from King of the Hill on my calf. So getting my calf tattooed this time. I have had my calf tattooed before, and I said I was never ever going to have that done ever again. But it was actually fine this time, and I think it was genuinely down to the relaxed atmosphere in the studio and just how nice my tattooer was. So I feel like it kind of went quite well, really. And it was painful, but not to the point of getting tattooed before on the back of my calf. That was horrible. But on the side, not so bad.
Can you just do a description of the pain, just so I can just take myself to the world which I'm laying on the tattoo table. I'm there getting some beautiful artwork, but what really is the one? Is it like a stabbing pain? Is it like sending like pain elsewhere, like to your gut?
Sometimes if you hit a nerve or something like that, then it can kind of give you a pain elsewhere, or it can make you twitch. But this time it wasn't so bad. I've had it before where it's been really twitchy, and the twitching is more uncomfortable than the actual tattooing itself. But I find it's kind of like a hot pain is how I would describe it. So, you know, when you scratch yourself, or you get a cat scratch or something like that, is that kind of hot, stingy pain. So yeah, it's kind of like ouchy, but it's not unbearable. And I find that with tattoo pain, it hits its peak and then it doesn't go past that point. So there's like 3 different levels. So the first is like when they're just kind of getting on with stuff and you're not really noticing it at all. And then there's kind of the middle where you're like, oh, yep, no, I'm getting tattooed now. And then there's the top level where it's like, I'd rather that this bit stop. But it's not as if I can't bear it out. So yeah, but what they do when they tattoo you anyway is they move around from area to area. So if you've got a bit that's a bit stingy, they'll do a little bit on that, then they move to a different area, then they'll come back to that bit. So yeah, tattooers know what bits hurt because you tell them with your body.
Oh yeah.
So they know because you clench your butt cheeks, which is what we were laughing at the other day. And I was like, I'm just going to clench my butt cheeks for this because that's going to make it hurt less. It doesn't.
Well, you never know, but I'm not going to lie to you, Nikki. When you were describing those tears, it sounds a lot like bottoming.
Time for listener questions, and this first one is right up my alley. This is from Matthew on Patreon, and they ask, as spooky season is incoming, it's already here, Matthew. I hate to break it to you, but it's already here.
It started in June for Nikki.
Yeah. I only have 1 month off. And that's Christmas. That's it. I'd love to know your favourite horror films. My fave is the classic Alien, but I'm a big fan of Hereditary and The Descent too. All very good picks, Matthew. All very good picks. Shall I dive straight in? Because...
I'm not going to have a lot to contribute. Actually, I'll kick us off because I'm not going to have a lot to contribute.
Okay, you go for it.
I wouldn't class it as a horror movie, but I did actually enjoy Paranormal Activity for the campery.
Oh, that's definitely a horror movie.
Well, yeah, it's meant to... and there are parts that it did like, oh, I didn't like that. Mm-hmm. But it's like camp enough just to be like, oh, okay, right. But a little insider tease. So after you're eliminated on Drag Race, depending on the production, you either get sent home or you have to stay the rest of the season until the finale.
Wow.
So UK versus the world, I got eliminated second, and I had a lot of time to kill with me and Lemon and our soon-to-be roommate, Jimbo. So... It started off very hunky-dory and nice with me and Lemon watching things like Cheetah Girls and Cheetah Girls 2 and Hannah Montana the movie. But then Jimbo got eliminated and wanted to watch scary movies.
And I can imagine.
Oh. They convinced me to watch Hereditary.
Oh, okay. What did you think?
I would say it was in more of the bizarre category than... horror. Like, it was just like bizarre everything going on. First, the decapitated sister.
Spoiler alert.
then the mum's famous rant. Like, Oscar. Did she win an Oscar for that rant?
I don't know if she did, but Toni Collette is one of my favourite actors of all time.
Well, she should have if she didn't. Write in if she did. But the final scene, I was like, is that it?
Yep.
Is that it? I've sat through all of this for that.
Yep. Yeah, it takes it's quite a long film, isn't it? And it takes a long time to build up to that. And you're thinking, I wonder how this is actually going to end. And then it's like, oh, okay. All right. Fine. The end.
But I haven't seen the follow up with all the flowers. I haven't seen that one because
Midsummer.
Yeah, I left, and I didn't want to watch another horror movie ever again in my life. But
fair enough.
The Queen of Halloween, Nikki Drews herself, do indulge us with your favourite horror movies.
Well, I am a big horror fan, and I always have been a big horror fan ever since I watched my first ever horror movie when I was, must have been about 10 years old, I think, maybe 9 years old. And my gran, who has a lot to answer for.
Letting you watch that at 10 years old? Absolutely not.
she let me watch Night of the Living Dead. So that's a classic one to start with. And I remember being quite scared of that. So that's a George A. Romero film that is all about zombies. It's his first zombie film. And I remember watching that and my gran saying that I know when you're scared because you talk all the way through.
She clocked you big time.
She did clock me big time. And I have been the same ever since. I'm like, oh, I want to talk through this so I feel a bit more comfortable with it. But yeah, no, I absolutely adore horror. It is my absolute favourite. My other half always laughs at me because he's like, what film do you want to watch tonight? A horror movie? I'm like, yes.
Neil clocked you big time there.
Yep. So everybody knows what I'm about. It's very, very obvious. And so I love all the Ari Aster films. So Hereditary, Midsummer, Beau is Afraid, which isn't a horror film, but is one of my favourite films that I've only ever seen once and will only ever watch once because I had such a magical experience with it that I don't ever want to ruin that again. So
that's a beautiful take to have on something, I think.
Yeah, it was so perfect that I just don't ever want to go back and watch it ever again because I feel like if I had a worse time after that, it would ruin that time. And it was just, we went to go and see it in the cinema and I think it wasn't long after lockdown actually. And I just remember watching it and thinking that was superb. It is a long film. I think it's about 3.5 hours long. So
it's some like Marvel level length thing.
Titanic level. I just absolutely adored it. But that 28 Days Later is my favourite film possibly of all time. So I'm still
yet to watch it.
I'm still waiting for that premiere invite as well for one of these new ones. So if you're listening out there and you work for Sony, please, I am begging you. I never beg. I want to go to that next premiere for the Bone Temple. Please invite me. Horror is my jam. It really is. But if you're looking for cozy horror as well, and something that is not entirely horrifying, but horror adjacent, Death Becomes Her is one of my favourite films as well.
Campery.
Absolute campery. Absolute campery. I think if you could describe me, I would be a mix between, if I was on Blind Date, I would be a mix between.
What's your name and where'd you come from?
Yeah, exactly. If you could pick 2 horror movies, what horror movies would you be? It would be 28 Days Later and Death Becomes Her.
And I think that is the perfect summary of you, Nikki.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it? It really, really is.
Now, this next one comes from Rachel on the IG, and they ask, do either of you practice tarot? Nikki, do you?
Interesting question. I have tarot cards on my shelf. I am no stranger to reading tarot cards. At one point, I did do a little bit of professional tarot card reading for a little while as extra things to do in the evening, fun stuff, extra cash in the pocket. But I don't do it anymore, and that's mainly because other things have got in the way. But
podcasting,
yes, but I do love it. I do love tarot cards, and yes, I am known to go and get a tarot card reading from time to time. How about you, Chez?
I can't say I've ever had a card read for me. And if I have, maybe I was that pissed that I don't even remember it. But I've obviously been very privy to the world of tarot card reading. I don't know what has stopped me from getting them read. Maybe I'm apprehensive that I'm not going to like the result.
Well, the thing about tarot is it depends what you ask the cards. So, it's not definitive either. It's more of a guidance. That's how I see tarot. It's not like, what time will the bus...
You'll die in 7 days.
Yeah, it's not like, what time will the bus be here? And you turn a card over and it's got 4:45 written on it. It's not that kind of thing. It would be like, the bus will be coming. It may be on time. But that's how I see tarot. But we've had a discussion before, haven't we, about tarot cards and having somebody come and read our cards on the pod. So how do you feel about that? Do you think you would like to have somebody come and read your cards on the pod?
I will sacrifice anything for this podcast. I will do anything for our loyal listeners, our LLs.
Our
So,
spaghettis.
our spaghettis. I will do anything for you. So if it means I have to find out that I've got the Grim, so be it.
Yeah, and if you'd like to see that happen, do let us know. I think it would be a very interesting episode, and I do have a fantastic tarot reader that could come and do that for us. So yeah, let us know if you want to see it.
Yes.
And we have a final question from Charlie, who popped this question over on Instagram. They ask, I know it's early, but what have you got planned for Halloween, if anything? Cher's got any plans?
I thought he was going to say, will you marry me? And I was going to say, I do.
Popping the question.
I have zero plans for Halloween right now. And do you know why? It's because it's September. I am not thinking into October. And do you know why I don't often plan ahead for Halloween? It's because on the 18th of October, something big happens then for me. So I shan't be getting all excited about Halloween until the 19th.
Is that your birthday?
Yes.
That's not your... Yes, it is your birthday. I was thinking, why is your birthday in July, but your birthday's not in July? I should know this about you by now, shouldn't I?
Yeah, you're in March.
Yeah, but I don't know. Well, me and dates and numbers, you know by now. We're not friends.
No, I'm actually very excited about the prospect of Halloween. I actually went back and listened to my episode of Very Delta with Delta Work on the YouTube the other day, just because like sometimes I like to go back and rewatch projects that I've done just to, be like, oh, I did that 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Halloween, and it got me all excited about the prospect of doing something for Halloween, but I don't want to think about it yet, which is terrible because of the line of work we're in, Nikki. I should be all guns a-blazing, but have you got any plans as of yet?
Yeah, I am obviously... This year, Halloween, October for me is wedding month. So that is as spooky as it's going to get. But I am off to Halloween Horror Nights in America for the first time ever. And I am so incredibly excited. More excited about that than the wedding, but I shouldn't say that. No, I would say on a similar level of excitement for both those things, to be honest, because I have been watching Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Videos for as long as they have been on YouTube, and I absolutely adore watching people go through haunted houses and get the shit scared out of them. I just think it's so fun, and I'm so looking forward to it being me and doing some good screams and eating some disgustingly fantastic food. And yeah, just I am ready to smell that fake smoke and the dry ice, and to come into contact with some fake blood. So that is my plan this year, and I am so looking forward to it. And we have also planned, because we are also having a few days in New York, we've planned a ride through some graveyards on a Victorian trolley, which sounds like the most coquettish thing possibly ever. And
it's
also
the most
something
Nikki Druce thing that I've ever heard in my life.
Straight out of a Tim Burton film, I think.
This is Halloween, Nikki Druce's season. All right, shall we dive into some rabbit holes? What have you been lost in this week, Nikki Druce?
Well, this week I have been lost in something a little subterranean. We're going underground.
We moles?
Wow, you have hit the nail on the head.
Shut the front door. First time out the gate. Wow. Okay, I'm invested just purely for that fact alone.
So you have entirely hit the nail on the head, because today I will be telling you about the Mole Man of Hackney.
Wait, are there hills in Hackney?
The hills are alive with the sound of Mole Man.
Oh!
I don't think so. I think Hackney's pretty flat, isn't it? It's got some marshes, so I reckon it's probably as low as you can get.
Doing the cha-cha slide, how low can you go? Can you go down low?
All right, so in East London, you expect a fair few things. Nice but overpriced coffee shops, a last-second bus diversion, which takes you miles out of your way, and definitely a pint, which will cost closer to a tenner than a fiver.
Woof.
But what you don't expect to find out is that your neighbour has been secretly making their own underground world beneath your basement flat.
This is fabulous already.
So let me introduce you to the Hackney Mole Man, a resident of East London who decided that his home needed expanding. The problem being, he decided to do this himself with no building experience whatsoever. William Little's home from the outside looked perfectly normal. It was a little run down, but nothing too unusual. But behind his closed doors, William had been busy carving his way through the earth, creating passageways that stretched up to 20 metres in every direction, right under his home. Now, this wasn't just a little expansion project. William dug relentlessly, armed with picks, shovels, and occasionally dynamite.
No. No, that's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. So he decided to use this dynamite in a residential street in East London. So as you can imagine, everything obviously went fully to plan. So his obsession began in the 1960s when he started with a wine cellar. But once he began digging, he just couldn't stop.
It's like Pringles.
Neighbours reported hearing constant banging and drilling at all hours, but they had no idea the sheer scale of what was going on beneath them, just assuming that William was engaged in extensive home renovations. By the 1990s, 30 years since he started, his tunnels had spread so far that the council finally caught on. The house itself had become dangerously unstable, with floors collapsing and entire rooms filled with piles of earth. Outside, cracks started appearing in the pavement, and at one point a car even fell into a sinkhole caused by William's excavations. So the jig was up.
Truly?
When the council finally evicted him in 2006, they discovered a warren of twisting passages, some reinforced with makeshift timber, others just raw earth. It was described as like the set of The Great Escape, but without the Germans. He was rehoused in a council flat nearby. Make sure he's on the top floor this time.
Yep.
But William wasn't thrilled. When asked why he did it, he simply said, "I just have a big basement."
I don't think that's a valid reason. I'm sorry. I'm
No.
so sorry.
No. He lived out the rest of his days in relative peace, and after his death in 2010, the house, still riddled with unstable tunnels, was eventually sold off for redevelopment. It sat derelict for years, a local curiosity for anyone daring enough to peek through the boarded-up windows. Eventually, it was gutted, rebuilt, and turned into a sleek, modern home. And the house that once nearly swallowed cars ended up selling for over $1 million. So the Mole Man's bizarre passion project, which once destabilised an entire street, became yet another piece of Hackney real estate gold. Today, the house is unrecognisable, neat, modern and polished, but you can't help but wonder if deep beneath the new floorboards, a few of William's secret passageways still remain untouched. So next time you're walking through East London and the pavement feels a little hollow beneath your feet, maybe don't step too hard. You never know if William's tunnels are still down there waiting to swallow you up. Exactly.
Imagine that. You're just trying to go get a £9.70 Americano.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you're plummeted into a tunnel with the borrowers.
Have you seen the film Barbarian?
Nikki, let's be real.
Well, your homework after today is to
Right.
go and watch the film Barbarian, because it very much reminds me of this. It's by, the film Weapons that's out currently? It's by the same director.
Did it come out in 2022?
Yes, I think it did.
Okay. It's got 92% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes, it's very good. It's got Justin, what's his name?
Trudeau.
Yes.
What, the Canadian Prime Minister?
I was going to say Justin Theroux, but that's not right either, is it?
Louis Theroux, who knows? Okay, I will delve into Barbarians just for you.
It's an anagram of Airbnb. It's not.
Right, I'm very gullible today. Leave me be.
So over to you, Chez. What have you got to scar me with this week?
So I am, in true me fashion, very late to the game. I'm very late to the party. But I want a Labubu.
A Labubu?
Chezzy wants a Labubu. But more importantly, I want a very specific Labubu. Even though they're not even Labubus, they're of the same realm. I want the Teletubbies Labubus.
Oh, I didn't know there was Teletubbies Labubus.
Yes, so they've got the 4 classic Teletubbies, and then they've got the Vibrancy collection. So there's like 4 new ones. But God bless Hayden, friend and husband of the pod. He actually saw that Pop Mart was doing a drop of Labubus and was like, okay, I'm going to try for them. So he logged on at midday, and at 12:01, they were already sold out.
Of course they were.
And it just got me so angry. I'm like, why is it so difficult? Why is it so hard to get a bloody Labubu? Why did it have to get so bloody popular that I can't even buy one?
Yep.
So it got me thinking, when did Labubus even come into fruition? So did you know Labubus have been around for 10 years already?
Really?
Yeah, 10 years.
Wow.
But they really started blowing up when a certain K-pop star in the band Blackpink, Lisa, was photographed with a Labubu hanging off, of course, her Birkin bag at the beginning of 2024. And from then, sales of Labubus skyrocketed all across South Asia. Most importantly, in the Thailand market, they sold out instantly. But then all the other celebs like Dula Peep, Kim Kardashian, Rihanna just started jumping on the trend. And before you knew it, the Labubu was the it girl, the shit girl, the only girl to have on your handbags, your carabiners, and your keys. Yeah. Wherever you want them. I'm very much of the mindset, if a trend is blowing up, I don't want to be a part of it because I don't want people to think that I'm just giving into it. But then I come round and I go, actually, I want to be a part of it.
Actually, I really like this now and I want to be a part of it. Yeah.
But I've always wanted to be part of like that collector community. And that is what has really drawn people to Labubus, because each drop comes with a new variant, if you will. It's not like COVID, it's this new variant. And I really want to get a Labubu just for the fact of the blind unboxing. And just be like, what am I going to get? This is so exciting. But until the next drop, I shall be sitting, waiting patiently. And if Pop Mart is listening to this, get your turkuses back in that factory and make more Labubus, because this boom has got out of control and Chezzy wants a Labubu.
So we've had 2 begs this episode. One for the premiere of 28 years later, and the other one for sending us Labubus. Slightly different from each other, but I'll take it.
Nikki, if I could get my hands on a full set, we're doing an unboxing together.
For sure. 1,000,000%. I would so be up for that.
See us on the Patreon. That's another Spooky Sleeper wrapped. We'll see you next time, divas.
Remember, you can get in touch on Instagram at Killers Cults Queens, join us on Patreon at patreon.com/Killers Cults Queens, and come and see us over on YouTube at Killers Cults Queens, where we're now publishing our episodes in video format every single week. So you get to see our lovely faces, and they're divine.
And if you've got a bit more to say or you want to suggest a topic for one of our longer length episodes, which will be starting again very soon, then please email us at killerscultsqueens@gmail.com.
See you next time, and don't be a killer or join a cult.
Just give me a Labubu, please. Goodbye.
Goodbye.